is he can't really do any damage from below. Buck is going to be able to make some significant noise when the bomb sites do go upstairs.
TSM running on the clock now, right now, 35 seconds. Soniqs again to these strong aggressive positions. They can go for her flank, but the timing, it favors Bolo instead. Yellow ping came out, they had information.
Geo facing his former team and former teammate in Bolo is the first casualty for Soniqs. 20 seconds left in the round. Gasher holding on to the case. Will need to be escorted in. The two big guns from TSM, Merc and Bolo right now, have not made much progress getting on in. Bolo softened up Merc as well. SQ far enough back, allowing TSM to walk in towards the bomb site. Bolo finds a way, but it's the Capkin traps to do some serious damage. Gasher with Diffuser will get picked off by Kansan in the dying moments of the round. Soniqs start off with a victory on defense. Players from TSM can very easily fall in. In fact, the whole team is in that part of the map. Gunner's the one to take some damage. Bolo reads on to Geo. He's yet to die. Gasher in two. Both players from Soniqs who were holding
a bullet and takes so much damage himself.
Gunfire being exchanged and TSM trading out a lot of HP. Bolo with 3 kills. 5 and 1 so far. Kansan's pulled off clutches before, but he's got the daunting task of getting back up the top of the stairs, and he might turn his back to that window at the top of Astro. A drone goes by but does not see him. Kansan somehow manages to get away. Does damage to Snake in the process. On rappel, doesn't see the elbow of Achieved. They started off the round strong, but TSM falter through the mid-round, and TSM end up gaining their first round.
Barry stays alive. Because Bolo found that opening kill though, they can now take their time and slowly progress through Master Bedroom, and Bolo finds another onto Kansan. Gunner, he has to get aggressive now.
Round number 1 went so well for Soniqs, but they've kind of lost the plot at this point. Grixer decides for an engagement against Achieved. They both lose some HP in the process. Nobody from the Soniqs above half HP. Gunner spotted from down below. Achieved still holding in this position. Geo and Grixer, the last two stars, now given to TSM, and it's Bolo in the hunt. 7 kills. That's a big tally at this point. That's the real deal, but Bolo trying to refrag, does so successfully. Last one is Grixer. He was engaged with Achieved a minute before. Took a while, but finally Achieved gets his kill. And with it, TSM take the lead. So plenty of ways to stop down Achieved. Plenty of ways to slow down and stop Achieved. Ultimately, should he choose to get in the building quickly. Grixer, the first one to take some damage. He's on a roam by Memorial. Kansan spotted by Bolo, who's now in the middle of the bomb site. He hits an ED and another again. Bolo really needs to check those door frames. It's his second death to a Capkin trap so far through 4 rounds. Merc was almost in the middle of the bomb site. He's swatted away by Geo.
It's not with the main roster and the core members of the team. Gasher and Snake now. They gotta find a round out of nothing. It's a great start. 3v2 with 40 seconds.
Gasher and Snake, the 2 new additions to TSM. How poetic it would be if Geo ends up as the last one standing for Soniqs. It might just happen. Snake goes down, Geo getting his revenge. Gasher's way into the bomb site is cleared because of Bolo taking out the EDDs, but the Capkin, whose traps had been so effective in that spot, sits, replacing them and gets the final kill through. But he's got presence that might be on the balcony, has to worry about the window. And Bolo is on the other side of that door. Achieved just sees one and gets a little bit cute. That's huge. Nade. Big pick by Gunner. 30 seconds left, another kill from Bolo. He's in the midst of the smoke, taking damage, has to fall off. And he gets caught in the crossfire. Grixer shutting him down. Diffuser surrendered. Candelas go out. Grixer lined up and knocked down. Bleeding out. Still a human drone at this point. Able to make some calls. That leaves just Kansan and Geo. Geo looking desperately for the recovery. Won't be able to get it. From inside of Study, Kansan doing some damage, but he's picked off. Geo's the only one left against his former team. Blinded by the Candela and pounced upon by Gasher and Merc as the Diffuser goes down.
They're still alive, but there's such low HP from that impact grenade earlier. It's troublesome for Soniqs.
Merc with his low HP, spotted on a cam, sees the Azami of Gunner. Gunner wins that, walks away with 30% of his HP gone, but still standing. Nade from below, does it successfully clear out the Kiba? We don't know. Great shot from Kansan on Astro Stairs, down goes Achieved. Grixer and Kansan with that limited HP are still in dangerous position, but TSM are just walking into their doom. Bolo with 11 kills is the only one standing. 4 players to find. 30 seconds to go. Not a wealth of time at his disposal. He doesn't have a lot of intel. Sees ahead, but he cannot outduel Grixer low HP. I guess it doesn't matter for Soniqs.
90, and sure, Merc, he was holding that top red position, but it shouldn't take you this long to problem solve. And now, what a great grenade! Oh my god!
Asher doesn't know it, but he actually stepped back into that as Grixer used yet another nade from below. No explosives remaining in the hands of Soniqs. Still the smokes from Jackal. The diffuser wants to go down. If there's some objective play.
That's risky.
Bolo decides to take the engagement. Down he goes. Grixer falls next. Rexon holding the diffuser in the midst of the bomb site. He gets something working, but it's the Nitro Cell from Achieved, and TSM win their very first defense and figure out where a map might be.
Speaking of speed, I mean, Soniqs gotta knock down that door on the bomb site because 20 seconds left. Gunnar gotta walk up that extra staircase, has to flank for now, but Gio, he goes first.
Oh my, Bolo looking the wrong way, and they'll breach in. What can Achieved accomplish? Absolutely nothing. Merc, the only one to get on the board so far. Snake sees
Flank.
1-2! There's nobody watching. Astro Stairs. Kansan's in a favorable position.
5 seconds.
But he's gotta grab that diffuser or go for the pick. Kansan decides to go.
1 second.
And he gets it at the last possible second. Well played by Kansan. Walk right in, get a pick or two.
Oh.
Nitro Cell from Gasher connects on to Gio, and that's diffuser down as well. Foot just clipped through the floor there. Another Nitro Cell goes off quite so successfully. Bolo picks up lucky number 13 on the stairs. Soniqs got that first pick onto Merc, and they have nothing else to show for it. Rexon has to retrieve the diffuser. He's playing up top. Grixer's in the basement. The bomb site, however, is in between the meat of the sandwich, if you want to continue on with that pun. Top floor being the bread, bottom floor being the other side of it. Only 15 seconds left. Rexon will have to drop through the hatch into laundry and then get into the bomb site if the play is to get that diffuser down. Maybe a pick or two to start off with. TSM lose Gasher, but down goes Rexon. Grixer will need to find all the kills. He gets one, but they're just going to wait out the time. Bolo and co hang on.
Yeah.
Even though Gunnar had been down by that, he wasn't killed, so... Oh no, the man who'd gotten him up and got the very first pick as well was Kansan. He goes down, trading out. Gio taking some damage. Gunnar still
Bolo
playing around the door frame, takes out Gio, but TSM unfortunately get a team kill. Doesn't matter, they find two more in quick succession. Rexon is outside of study, hops in, gets Merc, but that's info. They know he's inside a study, and those toxic babes could keep him at bay. Gasher has none left. A flash as Rexon's in the middle of the bomb site, but Achieved was in a tight corner, and that's TSM on match point on their map. If you go on to drone, are TSM going to swing you because of it? That is the question.
It's very simple and small mistakes being made from Soniqs, but TSM are capitalizing so well upon it. And now Kansan, Gio, and Grixer, you gotta clutch it up.
Well, Soniqs get on the board. No flawless round to be had. None yet that we've seen. A stun onto Achieved, still prone on the ground. He gets swung on. Grixer pouncing on that opportunity. Now walking into the bomb site. Bolo will be called into action. Losing it. Grixer hits that shot. Merc had gotten one onto Kansan as well. 2v2. Time not on the side of Soniqs. Gio going for the plant. He's going to be vulnerable. Grixer will need to watch, and with how good Grixer has been before, you can bet on him to watch so safely, but Snake on the flank takes him down. Grixer shouldering off a lot of damage. Timer running. Crowd starting to chant TSM. Can it give some power towards Grixer? Sitting inside of the bathroom, he's looking in the wrong direction, he's downed! They just need to hop on the diffuser. The smile on Snake's face tells the whole story. And TSM will win their map 7-4 and go up 1-0 in the series. He'll hear the DMR from Gunnar, and Snake will reposition. You can hold the parts of this map off-site for as long as you want, waste as much time as is humanly possible. Snake is repositioned, and Gunnar is there to greet him, playing this tight corner. Bolo under fire. Snake can come to the rescue, but Bolo is likely waiting, telling him not to engage. Gunnar sustaining some damage. Kansan now to come into the action as well. Pre-firing around the corner. There's Snake to take Gunnar, and he manages to get both of them. Bolo dies, but it's a worthwhile sacrifice. It's all up to Gio. He's got diffuser in his hands, 45 seconds. Timer will expire, and Gio will just kill as much time as is humanly possible. Yep. It was a formality at this point.
Can they kill him safely, or at least break this stronghold?
Drones go in. Bolo walks.
No, he gets
just Bolo things. This is a full frontal assault right now. 2 for Merc, 2 for Bolo. We're 90 seconds in, and it's Gunner in a 1v5. We've yet to see a flawless round between these two teams, but we'll see one there. 3 kills for Bolo. TSM up 2-0. Far back of the bomb site. Geo is spotted. The shield is there. Merc does not want to tussle, so instead he runs away. What stops a Monty if you don't want to engage head on? Well, how about a Nitro Cell from below? Merc, the only kill for TSM so far. The Monty's in the bomb site, and he's going to take the engagement. Soniqs win that one in a hurry. These are fast rounds so far. We're 3 in, and SQ gets on the board. Actually play for a retake at that point. A Bandit, a Mute, a Kaid. These are wasted operators with what TSM is trying to do at the moment.
I think they missed Merc with his drone. It stopped, did not turn around. He's still staying here, didn't shoot either, so I think he knows, but they're on the bomb side. Merc has to flank.
2 players from Soniqs on board. Merc spotted, so that flank is not going to work. Instead, TSM compelled into action, but Can's in a perfect lockout. Soniqs have now picked up their 2nd round in a row, and these teams are tied at 2 apiece. Maybe enough for a down. Grixer watching the Monty walk in now. It's Merc to take some damage. Snake sees him, and there he goes! The impact works out perfectly. Geo falls, the mountain goes down. Achieved is to die from TSM into a 3v3. Execute will need to happen, but Diffuser out of reach for Soniqs at the moment. Snake still sits on it, giving information to his team. Through the soft wall, he sees the bullets whiz over his head. There it is, Kansan to secure. Last 2 players from TSM just need to wait, but Kansan is having an absolutely incredible first half. Merc in a 1v3. The top player at the moment for TSM. He just plays keep away. Have they spotted him yet? They push from the same direction, 2 pairs of eyes, and it's Kansan again. Kansan 8 kills so far, and is a huge reason why Soniqs have been able to keep pace, and now with their 3 rounds in a row, have taken the lead away from TSM. If Geo walks by and doesn't clear his corners, there it is! Merc is there. They don't know that he's playing in that position, and he can dash away his Oryx.
But on the side, it's a big bait from Geo. I mean, Kansan's in with Diffuser. They can actually stop planting. No one is here from TSM.
And there's been no hard destruction as well, so you're going to have to trickle in through the single doorways. Kansan, who has 8 kills to his name, phenomenal on attack, now also getting objective play under his belt. 45 seconds, 7 players still upright in this server. The 3 from Soniqs can very easily watch the remaining entry points in, and TSM will have to trickle on in. This is going to be a near impossible retake for Soniqs. They should have no problem clearing it out, and they read it so correctly. Grixer is the one. The crosshair from TSM pointed squarely at. They know they've isolated a player from Soniqs inside a cafe. Snake is able to finish off Grixer inside of daycare. But there's 2 big picks from Soniqs. Add to it, they are making mincemeat of TSM at the moment. It's just Gasher and Bolo left with over a minute.
Later on. Might not be needed though. TSM, they have nowhere to go, nowhere to go in.
This might just be a formality at this point. It certainly seems like it. Gasher not able to get a kill. Swatted away. 11 for Kansan, 0 for Gasher. That is quite the opposite. 67% of those rounds have been won by the defense. It's 4 of the 6 times. Again, small sample size, so not a ton to go off of. 18 times that Armory throne room bomb has been defended, so that's something that we can talk about a little bit more. Defense working out well. Look at that. Now the kills have to come in. First 2 for Soniqs. Gasher finally gets on the board, but is removed from Geo shortly thereafter, and Geo will continue to fire back. And guess what gets the final kill? Soniqs run a Capcan, and it's TSM who run into it. 6 in a row for Soniqs. They're on match point. Should they prevail in this best of 3? Of course, in the semis and potentially grand finals, depending on how deep of a run they end up going on. Should they even make it past this quarterfinal?
I mean, the thing about Villa is that it was a 7-4 victory for TSM, but Bolo dropped 16 kills and had moments like those every single round. That's not the story right now, but Merc follows up with another. So it's again, the duo making it work.
SQ is on the edge of greatness. Kansan picks up his doesn't kill. Geo side by side, botches the smoke. Tracers go overhead. These 2 are in the same place. Kansan fighting for his life. He can't do anything with it. Geo swings onto a cheat, but it's Bolo to find the last target. 3 rounds for TSM. They break. Oh, you lose Geo, who has proven his worth time and time again. And you lose Merc, who has been the most consistent force for TSM. We talk about supporting cast. Both of these teams have a strong one, though they haven't shown it yet from TSM's side of things. At one point, they were a combined 1 kill, but now they've got 4 to their name for Gasher and Achieved. Bolo is the superstar in map number 1. Grixer will look to retake, high rate of fire, softening up Achieved, but heading back towards Split. He and Kansan deep into the bomb site, and in an act of desperation, out goes an impact nade, all while the diffuser's going down. Bolo trades himself out for Grixer. The Zof will continue to bleed out on the floor, but Kansan has quite the mission ahead of him. Nice shot onto Achieved. Isolate these last 2 players. It's technically a 1v2 as Bolo is not able to do anything until he's brought back to life. But is he crawling over to one of the 2 players from TSM? Diffuser at the halfway point right now for Kansan. Pre-firing away, they know he's worked it over towards Throne. Bolo back up. He's got his secondary out. There goes the concussions. Kansan pushing up, 13 kills. A nade goes out in front of him, 14, but he is out of time. No matter if he gets the kills here, this will just be for bragging rights. He gets them both. Kansan picks up the quad, but the timer is your god there, my friends. TSM prevails. The Selmas aren't anywhere near as big as a single exothermic charge. And that area that just got opened up by TSM happens to be where the Soniqs' attention has now become focused. Both Grixer as well as Gunnar are there. Bolo finds 1. Gunnar's lined up to get Bolo. Excellent read. Gunnar perfect on both of them. Geo goes down to Merc, but he's the only one for TSM. If Merc cannot clutch out here, then map 3 will be where we go, and that's exactly it. Started in this round by Rex and Spawn Peak. It was the best player for SQ and Kansan to seal the deal, and we will need a 3rd map to settle this North American brawl. The Buck and the Ace were the 2 primary heart breachers for this team, and they're gone.
It's not just the gas, it's the time. It's taken 20 seconds plus. We're still working on this hatch, and I mean, Gasher, he has diffuser.
I mean, now's as good a time as any. 20 seconds left, 15 seconds left. Snake walks in through blue, he's down in the smoke. Achieved tossing in a nade, a drop from both him and Gasher. Gunnar pulls out the shotgun, Achieved denies a flawless. TSM double up, but they're running out of time. It's all just up to Gasher, who gets an exit kill, and with the diffuser going down, silenced at the last moment by Geo. Soniqs take their very first round.
Great work this round. Jacuzzi breach opened up, window pressure as well. Snake below this main staircase flank could be the difference maker.
Gunnar was trying to be a sneaky boy, and Achieved says, no sneaking for you at all. He says, I'm very sneaky, sir. Aid from below, hits Kansan, does a lot of damage. Follow up.
Yep.
It's Mark. Kansan down for the count. Merc, the first one for TSM to bite the dust, but not yet. He's just on death's doorstep, but he's allowed in. Entrance granted by Rexon. Achieved goes down 2. Soniqs find quick kills, and a 3rd as well as Grixer brazenly peeks the logistics hatch. Diffuser is now on the roof. 40 seconds to go for the last 2 players for TSM to find it, but I imagine with the HPs on Soniqs, TSM will go for kills instead. Bolo thinks that there's one nearby. He meets the Alda of Geo, leaving Snake in a 1v3, 1v2. Gonna be a 1v1. Look at the HPs of Rexon and Geo. Just a single bullet. Snake has 14 left before a reload. Those numbers will continue to go down. Shrugging off some of that damage from the Alda. Pistol out. Geo wins that engagement. So good on these defenses.
Yup.
SQ starting off Clubhouse. 2
teams, that's what they want. That's what they're aiming for. Snake looking for a lurk.
And he gets it. A pick onto Gunnar as he ascends the main stairs. The top floor bomb site for Soniqs worked out before. They've now moved over to cache and CCTV. Now with that entry though, are they aware that Grixer is still in similar position? Merc has been ineffective so far on this map. He struggled really hard on the first map as well. Grixer spotted, but he's in such a formidable spot and will be able to get himself back up to full HP in a hurry. Soften up through the wall, but Grixer pulls it off. Soniqs are getting so incredibly lucky on some of these engagements, but Grixer makes his own luck more often than not. Bolo tries to equalize, still at a disadvantage.
One of these 2 sides. The main goal right now seems to be to strike from multiple angles if you're TSM, but the thing is, it means isolation.
Oh, Bolo knows where they might be. Kansan picks up 2 in a row. Soniqs starting off Clubhouse. 3-0.
We need a possible C4, and he thinks, you know what, I can't actually do this. Let's go main stairs instead, because Merc, he's opened up that church triple wall.
It looked like when Grixer went back to the bomb site, it was
nade.
over by towards blue. Achieved nades in. Snake follows up onto Gunner, but now they've got that attention. Is that a nade that gets tossed out? It might do some damage. A second kill for Snake. EDD claims one from TSM, a 2v2, but SQ ends up with the upper hand, leaving Gasher alone. He's still got 2 Candelas, and there he goes, but nobody's gonna swing on him. He misses out on the Capkin of Grixer. Suppressed weapon inside a church. The telltale pitter-patter. But Gasher will now have to relocate. Does he go for the engagement? He tries to get the diffuser. Rexon denies him that. Soniqs have taken 4 rounds so far. They are storming their way through this third breach going out. Rexon is yet to die in this matchup. That is also something to focus on. He's the only player without a death to his name. And I caster cursed him. My apologies, Rexon. I'll take that one. Teams trade back and forth. TSM coming out ahead with Merc on the top of red stairs, picking up 2 quick kills. Not on the bomb site. That's a troubling situation to be in. There are also frost mats on the board. So the more that this clock continues to work against TSM, they're going to be put in a spot where the time is ultimately what costs them the round. But hey, the guns are hitting their marks. Gio will need to clutch out. He did so before. If there's any operator that can pull it off, it's the Maestro. Gasher on low HP. Diffuser in the hands of Bolo. Gasher's been picked back up. Gio doesn't have a ton of intel. He'll play this shrewd angle, dragging across. He has Bolo and the diffuser as well. Gio needs to play keep away for 10 seconds. They've got intel inside of the bomb site. Gasher taking matters into his own hands, but he's by a soft wall, and he will be in a position where the Evil Eye can get the job done. Revenge is a dish best served cold, but it's the hot hand of Gio punishing his former team. The toxic canisters go out in front of his very eyes. Gio's expended all of them though, so for the final 30 seconds, nothing to deny you entry through these doorways. You just need to wait for the rest of that gas to linger. Nade goes out, blows up Kansan. Numbers are equal. It's a good shout for TSM, and while some of these rounds have been absolute blowouts, this is an opportunity for TSM. Will they let it slip through their fingers? Gio with 7 kills. Soniqs still adding to that tally. Down goes Bolo, achieved in this position. He's last man standing, and again it's Gio. Gio. A perfect first half. And it's match point series point for Soniqs. If it would have been successful, but Achieve doesn't really have any pressure from the attackers. There's no drones on him right now. There's no soft destruction that's happening. Kansan eliminates Bolo. Things falling apart. TSM, could we see the first 7-0 happen to them? Achieved wants to make it happen, but now it's down to Grixer, and TSM denies a 7-0. They get on the board, but things are so dire.
Their own clinician didn't work out, but the catch on the rotation worked greatly for them. Now Gio will lead the charge in. No smoke in its pocket, keep that in mind. They have to brute force this with no line cover. They see what they can make work.
There goes the frost map by the window. It allows for a hop in towards weight room, gym, whichever you'd like to call it. Soniqs have realized that the problem lies over towards logistics, and now Gio will go for the plant. Achieved is there to greet him. SQ comes out ahead in that engagement though. It's Snake and Achieved to just try to ride this out. SQ need to get in and do some serious damage, and they won't do that. TSM now streaking on their own. 2 in a row, and every
dog could be. And Gio hasn't had much action for the scoreboard on the attacking side as of yet. He's still on 8 kills. And Gunner takes out Gasher, who's already in a bad position, punished for it.
Insider knowledge and intimate knowledge of what irritates TSM. It would be him, and there goes another logic bomb.
They know.
Soniqs are aware. Gunner waits for the pop-up. Gio walks in, diffuser in hand. There goes flashes. Gio tries to trade out. Merc actually prevails in that gunfight, but Gunner has the insurance policy. Snake, one of the newest members, takes down Gio, but he doesn't get Rexon. Soniqs pummel TSM in the third map, and they're going to the semis tomorrow with TSM eliminated. The final 4 teams here in Jönköping will all search for their first international major championship, and we will have a new